Chapter 5, Culinary Arts. With microphone working today. A few days after Saffron's reopening, you and the crew leave Santorini and arrive in Rio de Janeiro, the next spot on the itinerary. You stroll around the Ipanema beach, taking in the sights and crowds. Despite this beautiful scenery, your thoughts keep drifting back to... His voice trails off as he meets your eyes. Then he leans towards you with careful deliberation. Oh, he likes me and he kissed me on the balcony. I just need to talk to him as soon as possible. Whatever we are, we should find out sooner rather than later. Eartha Lucy! You jolt back to reality as Vivian, walking beside you, nudged you with her shoulder. Carnival's almost here. I was asking if you're excited. I've been a few times with my family in the Dominican Republic. It's completely to die for. Oh, yeah, sounds great. You seem really out of it. If you're worried about the new restaurant, don't be. We did such a great job at Saffron in such a short amount of time. Now that we're in Rio, we can definitely replicate what we did in Santorini. Great. Exactly like Santorini. Yep. Read the room. You arrive outside a rustic-looking restaurant called Tudo Azul. Before you can follow Vivian inside, Julia waves you over. Morning. Have you seen the review for Saffron on the Chirper? I think the critic tagged you. You pull out your phone to scroll through your notifications. Mediterranean today! Travel to Santorini to get the inside scoop of the restaurant everyone is talking about. Saffron! With a romantic, inviting setting and a menu featuring delicious Greek classics, it's clear that Everett Flint and company have worked their magic again. It's every bit the picture, a perfect island getaway. And what's more, it reminded me of the very first time I fell in love. If you're ever on the main island of Santorini, you owe it to yourself to schedule a date night here. Where did it mention me? It mentioned Everett, didn't mention my ass. You put away your phone, a smile of satisfaction spreading on your face. Looks like we went above and beyond. I bet Demi and Amelia are over the moon about this. Let's hope we can recapture the magic here in Rio. Every small business deserves a fighting chance to get off the ground. Anyway, we shouldn't keep our esteemed restaurant owner waiting, shall we? Inside the homey restaurant, you immediately notice the mismatched decor. It looks pretty rustic and casual, but the ceiling is industrial. It's hard to tell what kind of vibe we're looking for, or going for. Lucy, let me introduce you to the owner of Tudo Azul, Hortensia Gadalla. It's nice to... A friendly-looking, middle-aged woman captures your face between her palms, peering intently in your eyes. You have a good face, honest, stubborn. You're exactly what we need. Thank you, I think. Hortensia, this is Lucy, culinary producer extraordinaire, and your new friend. Fantastic to meet you. You all came at the perfect time. Carnival in Rio is an experience you'll never forget. Your pulse hitches as Everett joins the group. He doesn't meet your gaze. Good morning, I'm Everett Flynn. Ah, famed chef. Wonderful to have you under our roof. As Hortensia continues speaking, you can't help your gaze drifting over to Everett's unreadable expression. Zora and the camera crew hasten to set up the shot. During the commotion, you find an opportunity to sit closer to Everett and whisper in his ear. Everett? I mean, we don't really have a time frame for I missed you since Santorini. But we'll do it anyway. Everett glances your way. When your eyes meet, his lips quirk into a smile for a moment. You know he's thinking of that kiss on the balcony, just like you are. I was hoping we'd be seated together on the plane. The glint in his eyes makes you think he had hoped the same thing as well. I'm here now. Action! Giggity. Everett seems to shake himself out of his daze. Hortensia, why don't you tell us about how this restaurant got started? My father is the one who founded the place many years ago. It was his pride and joy, and when he retired, he passed it on to me. So here I am, I guess. You don't seem particularly thrilled about taking this restaurant on. It's a privilege to continue my family's legacy. I'm grateful my father trusted me with this vision. But if I'm being honest, this just wasn't my plan. And what was your plan? I wanted to be an artist, to travel the world, painting the most beautiful and interesting things, to have freedom. It sounds foolish now that I say it out loud. It's not foolish. Well, tell us about your art. It's clearly you're passionate about it. I bet you really know your stuff. Oh, I don't mean to brag, but I'm quite good. I studied at the university, was even commissioned for murals around the city. Spending hours and hours with a paintbrush in my hands is my idea of heaven. If I could, I'd do it every day. It's possible that you just need to put more of your stamp on this place, Hortensia. Make it feel like you. This is true, especially with that industrial, boring-ass roof. She worries her lip, looking skeptical behind Hortensia and the camera monitor. Zara catches your eye, mouthing, "Keep her talking." I noticed there are a few paintings in the restaurant. Are they yours? Oh no, the decorations were picked by my father years ago. What about this one? You point to a vibrant oil painting on the wall, which sticks out among the rest of the decor. It's a cat. It feels so lively. It's gonna meow right off the page. That one's mine. I painted it myself, but that's all I've added. With respect to your father, this restaurant is now yours. Why not add more of your own artistic flair to the space? Well, I wouldn't want to meddle. It's your place. It's now your baby. You raise your baby how you want to raise it, okay? That's how it works. Everett leans forward abruptly and his brow furrowed. As I see it, Hortensia, the issue here is that you're torn between what you want to do and what you must do. You want to run the restaurant, but you want to return to your art. You want to honor your family, but you want to go your own way. That's a good way of putting it. Sometimes I struggle finding balance. It sounds like you should inject your passion for art into Azul. If you want to be successful as a restaurant owner, you need to love what you do. So recenter the place around your love for art. There's something in that idea. You can put all your paintings on the wall, maybe redo the menus by hand. I think it's a beautiful idea, but I don't want to ruin what my father built. Hortensia, you seem to have a lot of doubts. You can't run a restaurant and be indecisive. Either follow in your dad's footsteps entirely or carve your own path. Sitting in limbo will kill your passion and your restaurant. Hortensia, I think what he meant is, actually, Mr. Flint is making perfect sense. Yes. To your surprise, Hortensia smiles brightly at Everett. It's a harsh lesson, but you spoke truth. I can't run Tudo Azul this way anymore. I have to make it my own. Well, in a roundabout way, I guess it worked out, and we'll do our best to help. Why are all of you shocked? I know, it's the blunt truth, I know. Not many people do it anymore because, you know, the whole culture we live in currently, but I digress. You smile at Everett for a job well done. Zara catches your eye looking at you and Everett with suspicion. Because you looked at him and was like, job well done. What? I really hope she doesn't find out we kissed in Santorini. Doesn't matter. Zara calls out and steps to the side with you and Everett. Culinary team, it's time to figure out how to interweave this art motif with the food side of things. I'm sending you to Sunday Hippie Fair, which combines arts and craft and food. A camera crew will meet you there. I expect you back here in 3 hours. Stay on schedule. Of course, we'll be strictly professional. You can feel her stare burning into your back as you head out of the restaurant. Everett follows without a word. What would you want to do? Run up and tell her, "Oh my god, did you know me and Everett kissed?" You and Everett start on the path towards the fair. A heavy, oppressive silence travels with you. So, Hortensia, seems like, quite the character, huh? Yep. Should be pretty fun, incorporating art into cuisine. At his silence, something wells up inside you. You block his path, resting a hand on his arm without thinking, determined to make him say something. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Look, listen, there's just sometimes a little musical jingle comes in your throat. Look, What are we, 12? I don't know what you're getting at. Oh, please, you're acting like a middle school kid, avoiding eye contact, ignoring me, refusing to talk about... About what? You know what? We can't avoid what happened in Santorini, so let's face it head on. What do you want me to say? I'm avoiding you because I can't stop thinking about you? Is that true? I mean, it came out of his mouth, so... He hovers, picking up the pace to walk ahead of you. Here you go again, avoiding the truth because it's inconvenient. If we can't figure out this, one of us has to quit. Oh, I don't think he's gonna quit. He finally stops, turning to look at you with a desperate glint in his eyes. I know I should apologize. Apologize, but I kissed you back. Still, I never should have crossed that boundary. It's my fault. I was unprofessional. Everett, I want to explore where this could go. I like you. I'm willing to take a few risks to see what could happen. And if it's more than a few risks? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. It's a shit answer. The air between you shifts as Everett steps closer. Gazing in your eyes with such intensity, you feel your skin prickling with excitement. You lean in, letting your eyes flutter closed, and then your phone buzzes in your pocket, jolting you both out of the moment. Everett steps back and looks away as you go to check it. We should get to the fair. The crew's wondering where we are. Did they not follow you? Right, we have a job to do. Soon, you see a banner risen above a sea of vendor booths and tents, reading Feria Hippie de Panama. Don't know what that means. I'm guessing it's the fair that everybody's talking about. Would you look at this place? It's spectacular. Let's see if we can figure out a way for Hortensia to balance her two commitments. As the camera crew films from a distance, you and Everett meander through the aisles, peering at the mini stalls. He makes a show of ordering panaka, a cut of beef for the cameras. Soon, you're handed a plate of succulent grilled vegetables. If Hortensia gets the right cut of meat, pairs it with some greens or chimichurri, Tudo's all will be the talk of town. Can we eat already? My mouth is watering. Another stand. You get a piping hot bag of cassava chips, which all smell deliciously woody and salty. I know nothing of this food. So, have you been to Rio before? A few times. Parts of it always remind me of home, like this cassava, for instance. We cook it in St. Lucia, too. Only we grate it into flour and make bread. Simple, but good. Most of the beautiful things are. Oh, let's try some pastel de queijo. At the stall, you order the fried pastry with cheese and hearts of palm. Everett whistles low as he pulls the pastry apart, the strands of melted cheese stretching. This pastel de queijo isn't playing around. You bite into the warm flavors of the pastry, and you already feel lighter, the tension from the day beginning to dissipate with the pleasure of eating some food together. Everett, try one of these. You glance back at the cameras, which are currently turned the other way to get the scenic shots of the festival. Then, you clandestinely feed Everett a forkful of pave, a chocolate cake with layers of cookies and filling. Not a bad palate cleanser. Aren't you going to pick something for me? Everett looks around thoughtfully, then pays for a creme de papaya. He sneaks a glance at the cameras before leaning in. Try this. You accept the spoonful, the tropical fruit flavors and ice cream melting delectably on your tongue. You bite back your smile as the cameras turn back your way. Good choice, Flynn. It's almost like you're a professional chef or something. I've been known for it every now and again. Everett wipes the crumbs off his hands and tips his head to the arts and crafts side of the fair. I've been putting it off, but we should scope out the art scene too, see if we can come up with any ideas. You pass by the paintings, metallic sculptures, glasswork, but a booth featuring wood carvings catches your eye. Each panel features scenes from folklore. You don't see things like this much anymore. It's very intricate. Thank you! You turn surprised as a young man pops out behind the stall. You made these? Yep,
My grandpa taught me. I use the same techniques he did, but I promise you, you won't find anything else what I'm doing.
You do have a unique style, sets you apart from the other vendors.
Yes, and it's good to stand out, but what I really want to do is show my work to an actual venue someday.
Do you have a car? There's an event coming up that'd be perfect for you.
You have connections? That would be awesome.
He hands you his contact details with excitement. After you say your goodbyes, Everett pulls you away from the booth.
Did you just invite him to the relaunch?
Yep, sure did. Look at it around. Art and cuisine aren't as distant as you thought. In fact, I had an idea. Hortensia should feature local artists' work in the restaurant. Think about it. She could have a beautiful gallery space, even earn more money from hosting wine and paint nights or other events. It'd be the perfect way to build a community of artists and keep Hortensia more invested in the restaurant.
Making her space work as an eatery and gallery is easier said than done, though.
Yeah, but we're Taste of the World. We can pull it off.
Everett grumbles underneath his breath, but you catch his forearm, and he doesn't pull away. Alright, we can try this.
After one more swipe through the market, picking up plenty of fresh vegetables for Hortensia, you make your way back to Tudor. You're almost at the restaurant when you pass by an establishment that looks very similar to the one you saw in New Orleans. Is that another of Antoine's restaurants?
Apparently, his influence reaches far, especially on talk shows, it seems.
You heard about the big secret project he has in the works?
Yep.
Of course he did. You glance at Everett's sidelong, watching his careful, neutral expression for any sign of rough waters ahead, but he only raises a brow when he sees you looking.
What?
Nothing. This, isn't how you reacted when you saw his restaurant in New Orleans, or calmer.
Are you analyzing me now?
I'm just wondering about the change of heart. Is it because what we're doing on the show? We're doing a lot of good for the local restaurants, you know, helping them stand up to giants in the industry like Anton.
That could be it. I guess I'm just focused on what I can change. Sure, he's still whitewashing flavors and sticking to the same pretentious methods just to show off, but...
You no longer feel like burning his restaurants down?
I'd never do that. I wouldn't put innocent people out of a job. And I wouldn't want him to get his hands on insurance money.
Nice. Not petty at all.
I guess the past few weeks have done me good somehow.
His gaze lingers on you a moment, and you smile, looking away bashfully.
Come on, Hortensia's waiting for us.
Back in Tudor, you meet with Hortensia in the kitchen to go over the game plan.
Welcome back. I hear you have some new ideas for me.
As a matter of fact, we do. Glad you could read our minds. Let's make the dining room a gallery space. It's a perfect way to merge the restaurant and your art. Think of the shows you could hold here and all the art people could admire while they eat. You really could make this place your own and start your own traditions. She glances out at the main room of the restaurant, her eyes already lighting up.
I can already see it. Okay, I'll do it. I may even have a few pieces I can bring out of retirement to decorate the walls.
You're going to feel so much more at home after this. I can feel it.
Oh, so can I.
Good. Now that morale's been boosted, I'll head off. Julie and I have to film an interview with some vendors. Lucy, can you handle starting on the menu revamp while I'm gone?
Of course, you can trust me. With the briefest of meaningful glances in your direction, Everett heads out of the kitchen, leaving you and Hortensia to get started.
Before we dive in, there's one recipe in particular I really want to work on.
Oh, in that case, let me grab the menu.
It's not on there. It was written by my grandmother, only my father took all the recipe cards and dumped them in the attic.
I'm sorry, what?
Why would he do that? She hesitates, glancing upward as if she can see through the attic from there.
I think I got my artistic spirit from my grandmother. All our dishes had a unique and experimental flair, but my father was more by the book. He didn't think those dishes could be staples, so he put them in the attic to collect dust.
Straightens her posture, an excited gleam in her eyes.
If we're really going to try and reclaim the ownership of the restaurant, I'd like to find her recipes in honor of my grandmother. What do you say? Help me uncover those old treasures?
No, I refuse. This exclusive scene could also help. Yeah. How dare you ask me to help boost your restaurant? The audacity!
Let's go. It'll be faster to find it with the two of us.
Oh, I knew I could count on you. The attic doubles as a studio, as a storage for the restaurant. You'll need to watch your step now.
She leads you up some rickety stairs to a tiny loft above the main dining room. Despite her promises of dust bunnies, the attic looks clean, if cluttered. All around the room are finished paintings, art supplies strewn across the desk and piles of boxes. Many of them look as old as you are.
It's been a while since I sorted through most of these things.
Uh-huh. She points at the painting in the center of the room and laughs.
I was exploring my darker side with that one. What do you think?
It's striking. Besides, we're multifaceted humans. You can't be boxed in. Now let's find those recipes. I should search inside the desk, behind one of the canvases, in the boxes. You open a few dusty boxes shoved in a corner, but find nothing but reference books and an old sun-stained letter. What's this?
Oh, that's my acceptance letter to the university. I was so excited I couldn't sleep for days. I came up with hundreds of ideas for new art pieces in that time. Let me tell you, I was so inspired then.
You move on to a large stack of papers in the far corner of the studio. Where you get to the bottom of the stack, you realize they're laying on a short box. You open it up. I found them. She cheers and rushes over to your side, quickly sorting through the cards until she finds the one she's after. Why not just take all of them?
Encouraging. I could never quite make them like my grandmother before, but that ends today.
She hands you the recipe card with pride. You take a quick look at the ingredients, with Hortensia chiming in with translations. Okay, I can see why you were so desperate to get this recipe back. I haven't seen fritters made of black-eyed peas before.
Oh, they're delicious, but my favorite part is the filling. Prawns, coconut milk, and ginger. It really makes everything better.
I believe it. Fried black-eyed pea fritters in palm oil, stuffed with a nutty paste of prawns, coconut milk, manioc flour, and ginger. Serve with a salsa-like mixture of tomatoes and cucumber, and top with coriander or cilantro. Never heard of coriander, only cilantro. I don't know if I told you, but I'm working on a cookbook of my own in my free time.
You are? I'll pre-order a copy.
That's not how this works. Well, you'd be the first. I was wondering, could I use this recipe as an inspiration? I want to pay homage to all the places we visit on the show.
Tell me what you have in mind. We can workshop it together.
You open your cookbook to begin taking notes. Time to brainstorm. I want a manioc flour to be the bridge between the two recipes, but we'll add oob flour for our striking purple color, fit for a painter's palette. Then some jambu herb on top of it to really set it off. That numbing sensation will make everyone take notice, like all good art should. Yeah, I'm sorry, a numbing what? This looks like a burrito. Or Barney's fingers on a plate with looks like some shrimp. That looks like shrimp. I guess we'll find out. Charcoal grilled hearts of palm and river shrimp. Okay, there it is. And folded in a thin pancake of manioc flour, oob flour, each bite filled with tart lemongrass zing, cascaded with toasted baru nut sauce, ginger, lime, and jambu herb. Barney's fingers never looked more appetizing, I suppose. When people see this, I want them to know I was inspired by the artistic soul of the soon-to-be famous owner of Tudo Azul. So I'm your muse. I guess you are, yeah. Hopefully that's a good thing.
It takes me back to my university days. I was regarded as a muse of 4 painters, 2 sculptors, and one very exclusive, a 4D artist.
I'm not surprised. You have a spark that brings out the best in people. She winks and goes back to sifting through the recipe cards. You start to clear away some boxes when a small envelope flutters to the floor. What's this? Take a look. It's in a book, reading Rainbow. You squint at the handwriting on the envelope, seeing one single name, Junior. Are you up for another trip down memory lane? She wanders over curiously, and you hand her the envelope. She gasps in recognition.
This is my grandmother's writing addressed to my father. I haven't seen this before.
You watch as she pulls the letter out, her eyes traveling other words rapidly.
Oh.
What is it? She looks up in a daze, and as if remembering that you're even there, she clears her throat and starts to translate.
My sweet Junior, I'm writing this because I know you don't want to hear this in person, but it needs to be said. You have to let your daughter be the woman she is. You may not understand her, but as her father, you should nourish what she loves. Please make peace with her, so she wants to do right by you, but that can only happen if you meet her halfway. Your restaurant is hers now, and it's time to let her craft her own path.
She looks away with the letter with watery eyes.
This entire time I thought my father stepped away to test me, to see if I could handle the restaurant on my own.
But if this letter is true, he was following your grandma's wishes. He was giving you room to grow. She pauses to read the letter again, her fingertips worrying the beads of her necklace. I think this means you can let your artistic flag fly. The question is, how are you going to choose to express yourself? Her eyes twinkle at the possibilities.
Oh, Mina, querida. I'm free to start all the trouble I want now. Thank you for helping me with this. If you hadn't come up here...
You nod, understanding she isn't only talking about finding the recipe. I'm glad to be here, Hortensia. You needed this.
More than you know.
She smiles, patting your cheek before leading you back to the stairs.
And now we have the recipe that'll turn this menu around. Let's get cooking.
Yes, ma'am. Later, after you and her wrap up testing for the menu, you make your way to the main dining room, finding renovations in full swing. But you spot Vivian and a member of the construction crew standing toe-to-toe in the middle of something.
We're gonna have to redo the wallpaper in the second room now. This could have been avoided if you just told us what you wanted.
Jace, I did. I don't know how much clearer I can be.
Well, that's the problem. You're supposed to be in charge, but so far I'm not seeing it. That's what we get for hiring some chick who got famous on FlixTube.
Oh, that shit. Really? Wow. You approach the two, seeing the frustration on Vivian's face. I mean, she's supposed to be a leader, right? But she's also getting her ground, right? She's still getting her bearing. Oh, this one's a tough one. I'm gonna help her out. Hey. The builder startles as you march over to him and Vivian. You step up beside her, giving her a nod of encouragement. Apologize to her. There's no way to talk to a colleague. Now.
Sorry, Vivian.
Look, we're adults here. If you have a problem, you can find a way to voice it without being rude or condescending. I'll try to be more clear, too. We're all on the same team, right?
What's going on over here?
Just clearing up some miscommunication. Isn't that right, Chase? The builder glances nervously between you, Vivian, and Hudson, cowed.
Come on, Chase, quit bothering our supervisor. She has enough on her plate as it is.
I'll do that, sorry. The crew member quickly returns to his task, and Hudson squints after him.
Do you need anything else, Viv?
Nope, I'm good. I got it from here.
Nice.
Hudson looks like he's about to say something more, thinks twice, and then leaves with a cheerful salute. Thanks for having my back. Wallpaper not lining up really gets me going, but I think I still needed someone to tap in and help. Anytime. I'm not gonna let anyone talk to my friend like that.
Right then, Everett walks by. How did the menu redesign go?
It's going well. We even were able to recreate her grandma's old recipe, which she's been trying to find for a while now.
Good, good.
Everett dawdles a moment longer and then abruptly turns on his heels and leaves. What was that about? Like, that was a little weird, even for someone as unsociable as Everett Flint. It seemed normal to me. Yeah, right, you're a terrible liar.
Listen, I didn't lie. I didn't lie.
Stop it. Fortunately for you, I won't pry. I'm way too preoccupied with the taking aesthetic shelfies for the remodel. Sorry, what? Shelfies? What? You take a deep breath, thinking of how cathartic it might have to be a friend to talk about everything. It's just, we were talking on Savron's balcony in Santorini, and then we kissed. Intrigue, are you serious? Yeah, we had to talk about it, but I'm still figuring out how to navigate it all. I bet. Tell you what, looks like what you need is a distraction. Why don't we go on a coffee break together? I can run a few design ideas by you. You probably have a better idea of Hortensia's taste, and I could use some insight. And if you still have anything on your mind, you can always confide in me. I am a good listener.
Diamond choice. We're also upgrading the restaurant, so, you know, we're getting a star for that bad boy. Which I'm pretty sure we have 4 stars minimum as it is right now.
It seems like we could both use a break right now. And a very caffeinated drink. Please? Today's gonna be a super long day for me. I've been up since like 6 and doing this stuff already, and then I gotta stream today, and yeah, no, my life is booked.
Once you made it to the cafe across the street, you order your coffees and settle in a booth with your drinks.
That's the stuff.
What? No, shh. They said coffee. Hold on.
Oh. I guess we can talk design first. Dudo's all has good bones, and I want to do something really special.
You can redesign the roof or ceiling.
Well, she is an artist, and we've been encouraging her to make art a new foundation for the restaurant. Oh, so were you thinking lots of color, murals? Actually, we talked to her about turning in this into some sort of gallery, including events like wine and painting nights. She can provide a place for artists to show their work, especially the ones who might not get a platform otherwise. I love the idea. Art can have a home here.
Vivian thinks about this for a moment. She starts patching together a mood board on her laptop.
Okay, how about this?
Wow. I'm sorry, what? How in the hell? Okay, listen, they're remodeling. I get it. Maybe they're going to remove the ceiling. I don't know.
We fill the arts with colorful art that expresses Hortensia's personality. This doesn't even look like the same building. Then open up the loft, add a staircase for easy access for wine and paint nights. We'll give the place a general facelift too. You're a miracle worker, as always. Okay, perfect. I'll run this by Hortensia and see what she thinks. Maybe I can even convince her to pick out a few pieces of her own to put on display. It won't take much convincing. She's proud of her work.
She closes the laptop, folds her arms on the table, looking over at you with a mischievous grin. Now spill it, girl!
You and the illustrious Everett Flynn, huh? To tell the truth, our resident restaurateur has caught my eye more. The plot thickens. She is super charming, isn't she?
Oh shit.
I thought it was a lesser... okay, whatever.
I forgot about her for a minute, okay? God damn it.
Always has a kind word for everyone, and she speaks with such confidence and expertise. That's her alright. Still, I don't know if fraternizing on set might have complications, especially when you're fraternizing with 2 people. My artistic spirit says screw the rules. If you think you'd be good together, you should go for it. You're both smart, you'll find a way to make things work, even during production. Anyway, try not to worry much about anything and just enjoy the ride. It'll all work out however it's supposed to. Yeah, we should probably head back, but thanks for taking me out, Vivian.
We didn't even talk about the kiss with Flint. Notice the illusion of choice here? Shouldn't we have circled back to that? And been like, so, you and Flint had a kiss too, huh? So which one are you gonna pick? And this could have been a great way to pick who you wanted. Yeah, no, Choices doesn't think that far. This is why people are like, do you work for them? No, I would do better writing, goddammit! Vivian pulls you into a quick hug.
I'm glad we talked. Sometimes it's good to get things out in the open. Besides, I need validation for my design work, even when I already know what I want to do. I'm happy to provide that push for you.
Later, you're in your hotel room beginning to doze off after a long day on set.
A sharp rap on the door jolts you awake, and you open the door to find Lucy. Satan. Zara, isn't that a nice surprise? She pushes inside the room, closing the door behind her. Oh, listen, we're not having this. No. The confrontation, or you're gonna try hitting on me. Sure, make yourself at home. I'll make this brief. I've been watching you and Everett. You two certainly have chemistry. You shift, uncomfortable, with the all-too-knowing look. She levels your way. Sure, we get along okay? Oh, come on, it's more than that. He actually listens to you so much, in fact, that filming with him has been a dream. Really? I thought today felt a little off. You kidding? Since you joined, we haven't had one incident of him storming off the set or arguing with the PAs. Well, that's, good, right? Oh, I'm not congratulating you, Lucy. This is a problem. What do you mean? Because drama is a thing. The show is hemorrhaging drama thanks to Everett's good vibes. I need you to shake things up again. Not just in the kitchen, but with him. Rattle him enough. That's when things get really juicy. Hang on. Are you asking me to sabotage our work? You want me to provoke Everett to start drama? In case you hadn't forgotten, our work is to make a TV show that'll shoot to the top of the ratings. If we don't have drama, what do we have? I don't know. Good work ethics. Morals. Niceties. Oh, that's right, I forgot. The world doesn't flow on those. Never mind, continue. So you don't care about the restaurants or even... or about embracing your... or embarrassing your star? This is the business, kid. You told me you could handle this. Now the time to prove it. She leaves as swiftly as she arrives. You stare after her, unease twisting your stomach. This isn't gonna end well. You don't say. You created 4 out of 10. Yeah. Save today's recipe by taking a screenshot on the next page. You know, just in case you didn't before. There you go. There's your restaurante thing there. And it's gone. It's not really a recipe. Just go to Google and look up the name. It'll give you more specifics on how to do it. Anyway, without further ado, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Head down to the description of the video. There are links to social media, our Discord server, and a few links to support me and this channel. Greatly appreciated. You can also hit the join/thanks button that's readily available. Typically you'll see both on PC. It seems like mobile device doesn't have both. It seems it just has thanks. It's a bit silly. But in case you're wondering about the join feature, I've also included a link to that down in the description as well. You can check out both of those just by checking them out. Does not mean you automatically are doing it. It's just a great way of feeling things out without committing to it, right? And it would be greatly appreciated. It helps to do diamonds. It helps to cover the VIP. It helps to do a lot of things, you know? And basically I look at it like this. I'm reading these stories and paying for the VIP, so you don't have to. Right? Literally and figuratively, so you don't have to. Because, you know what? I'd rather me spend centrically $15, well, technically $16 with taxes, because, you know, you gotta love digital online purchases now having tax, and basically, you know, like 16 of you giving $1. You know, that's how I look at it, right? So, yeah, you can give as little as $1. That's amazing, right? Like, you really don't have to give that much. And I'm sure a lot of you look at it and it's like, well, that's just $1. Wow, like if every single one of us gave $1, you know, even a month or a little than a year, if each and every subscriber did that, that would be amazing. That would help with a lot of medical costs and whatnot. But you know, again, every little bit helps, and I know not everybody can do that, and that's fine, but it is greatly appreciated if and when it does happen, because again, this job is pretty much like being a barista, right? But we don't get wages. We literally thrive on your support. So yeah, being a content creator really sucks, and then the lower you are, right? Yeah, and then the more you put in, right? Yeah, no, it's very tiresome sometimes, and again, I will continue trying to do this until I can't do this anymore, let's put it that way. So, thanks again for watching. I love your beautiful faces. Let me know what you think about the video down below, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.